Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the update preview stream. This is Bugs here. I'm joined today by Artemis and Miss D. Say hi, guys.
Hi guys.
Hi everyone.
Thanks for following the instructions to a T, Miss
Yeah,
D. I
right.
appreciate that.
I don't do what you tell me to do.
Yeah, but happy Thanksgiving, everybody, to everybody who celebrates that. I personally do celebrate that, and I got a turkey to cook. So I've I've said this before. It's kind of a joke in the back end here that this is going to be a short one, but I do think this is going to be a short one because I really got to go cook a turkey for my family and all that stuff. But I am happy to be here today to share with you all what is going on in Rust development for the week. Real quick, before we get into that, what's going on with server wipes? Well, it is the weekly Thursday wipe servers that are wiping today for Rustafied. So that is your mains, smalls, barons, and Zen Labs. And they are wiping at regular scheduled time for the region, which is 3 p.m. local time for the region, which means AU and SEA wiped 12, 13 hours ago, something like that, and EU wiped 3 hours ago, and US servers will wipe in just under 2 hours now at 3 p.m. EST. And these are map wipes only as we are mid month. And another thing about this month is it is a 5 Thursday month. And so next week, the bi weeklies, the mediums, and the trios will wipe again, but they'll only have a 1 week wipe cycle after that because we've got an extra week until we get to December 7th, which is the next update and forced map wipe. So that's just a heads up on the bi weeklies and what they're going to be for the coming week and the rest of the month. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to do at Miss D underscore that's me in chat. And
I just someone was saying Miss T, like
Misty, yeah,
Miss
it's our
T, no
new
T as in drinking
it's our
tea.
new resident stripper,
I think that's the
Misty.
first time
No.
I've heard tea.
Yeah,
Drink
Miss T,
tea.
T-A-E,
T-E-A.
T-E-A. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, pardon me. I spent a long time cooking yesterday, and then I cracked into the beer just before because it is Thanksgiving, so I drink beer all day. So there's
Cheers.
that at play too. And cheers. Cheers to y'all. And
Yeah.
so, anyway, what do we got going on this week? Well, first and foremost, actually, before we get into development, the Steam Awards, or at least the nominations for the Steam Awards for this year, are live. And I do encourage each and every one of you to go to the link. I'm, in fact, going to paste it in chat as well. Go to that link in chat and just click the thing to nominate Rust for Labor of Love. Now, in all fairness, if you've got another game that you've been, tracking the development of throughout the year and you think that development team did a better job or whatever, feel free to nominate them. But honestly, looking at the landscape, looking at all this stuff, and this is each year, uh, Face Punch and what they do for Rust is a step above the rest, I think. With their consistency, with their, you might not love every update that they come out with, you might not love everything they add to the game, but man, they're at it every week, month after month, releasing updates, adding new content, fixing things. And if that doesn't encapsulate what the Labor of Love Award is, then I don't know what does. And so I really encourage you to go nominate Rust for the Labor of Love. Once they get the nomination, which I'm sure they will, vote for them for Labor of Love. Not like Steam Awards necessarily. I mean, none of these awards really matter, right? But it's a nice thing to do. And it can help promote the game, and it gives a little gratitude back to the developers who spend, you know, countless hours developing this game, trying to improve it, releasing updates. So that's all to say. I really encourage you to go nominate Rust for Labor of Love because honestly, I think they straight up deserve it. So that is going on with the Steam Awards. And then also, what do we have going on? What do we have coming in the game? Well, as we discussed last week, it looks like there are a couple legacy items coming into the game. And I'm not sure if this is coming in with the 10-year birthday next month. With that in mind, if it's going to be a part of, hey, we're celebrating 10 years of Rust, and so we're bringing back some of these legacy items, or if it just happens to coincide with that. But nevertheless, it does look like a couple legacy items are coming back. I should say the legacy versions of those items from what we're seeing. And that is the furnace, the bow, the shotgun, the M4 shotgun, I believe, and then that little shit shack, which they're calling the shelter. I guess it probably always was called the shelter. I just always knew of it as the shit shack. But that little shacky thing is coming back. Now, apparently, none of this, although this does seem to me like it would be a great bundle up as a DLC, it apparently isn't going to be a DLC. Word on the street is these are just going to be released in the game and should be in the game soon. It looks like some of the stuff is getting merged in to staging. We're not seeing it quite yet, but it does look like by next week we should be able to see some of these legacy items enter the game, and that shows me that they're most likely going to come for the December 7th update in 2 weeks. And I think they're just going to be added to the game like as is. I don't know if you're going to need extra blueprints or whatever for them, but there are some legacy throwback items. And honestly, I think the most interesting one is that little shit shack. It is that shelter. Because if you're not familiar, that's the ability to get some shelter, get a roof over your head. And it's not even like laying a foundation and some walls and a door. It's actually just a deployable all in one shelter. It's not big, right? It's like the size of a outhouse. But if I remember correctly, you can put a box or two down. You can even put like a campfire or furnace down, and you can get some shelter and get a door on it. So that's going to be an interesting addition to the game. And yeah, based on the development cycles and velocity and everything like that, it does look like that will come in for the December update. So we'll keep you posted as we get more visuals and stuff on that. And then also next month, going on to celebrate the 10th year of Rust, there is a Twitch Rivals event, the fourth Twitch Rivals event of its kind. And to go with that Twitch Rivals event, there are some new items entering the game, two that we've seen so far specifically. And that is the purple hazmat suit. And also there's the Twitch Rivals desk. And now I'm not sure, I think these might be Twitch drops, but it's not clear yet. They are just items on the staging branch that we can spawn in at the moment. But it does seem like at least the desk is going to be a Twitch drop. And it might be more complicated than just watching your favorite streamer for 2 hours to get the drop. It looks like, and this is all hearsay at the moment, it's all conjecture, but it looks like potentially they're going to be requiring you to like subscribe to a person or two who's part of a like group of streamers who signed up for the streamer appreciation thing, and then if you subscribe to them or follow them or something, then you get this drop. I don't know, that's just something I heard. It was translated on Twitter, so I don't know for sure, but it's a pretty good source. So we'll have to see as we get into December. Basically, the Twitch Rivals event is hopping off on December 11th, so it's like 4 days after the big update and everything like that. And I think as we get closer to that, some of these things will come to light, and we'll probably see a new Twitch drop campaign go live, and then the Twitch Rivals event go off. So I hope you all enjoy it. And also, it looks like based on commits, they're working on some other more complicated stuff than they've done in the past for the Twitch Rivals, like some races and things like that. So I'm really interested to see what they're kind of adding into the game. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking when I see like races and different events get added into the game, I'm thinking about Charitable Rust next year and how we could potentially, incorporate that stuff and make an even more awesome Charitable Rust. Speaking of Charitable Rust, real quick, we are expecting the final funds to be dispersed into our account in the next couple days, and we should have a final number on Charitable Rust 2023. But already it looks like it's just going to be over $300,000 raised for charity water for Charitable Rust this year. So, just once again, a huge thank you to everyone who helped put that event on, who participated, who donated, who bought skins. And a special shout out to Face Punch, as always, for supporting us with that event. That event was our most successful event thus far in the 9 years of us doing it. We've now raised through Charitable Rust over $1.3 million for various charities over the years. So just so astonishing what has been created and the generosity that comes out from the Rust community. So just a huge thank you to everyone with regards to that. Now, also going on in development news, we've got the oil rig radiation should be a little easier to see if it is irradiated with the next update, as they're adding a spinning siren light to the bottom of both small and large oil rigs. And that'll basically be spinning and going off if there is radiation active on the oil rigs. So you can tell before you kind of get there and get in the radiation. No visuals on this yet, as it doesn't look like it's quite been merged into staging. But I'm thinking by next week we'll have some visuals and we'll on the stream be able to show it off to you most likely. They're also working on a ton of fixes, just miscellaneous fixes and quality of life stuff. We've got a full list on rustified.com on our article there, as we always do each week. Every Thursday, first thing, we've got an article that goes live that describes everything in development in text and pictures. So you can always go check that out. But basically, they're just fixing some stuff with low FPS on tugboats with some corpse stretching, like some black tiles at airfield, some sunlight scattering stuff, some trophies not respecting streamer mode, hiding compass when the map is open, some miscellaneous things like that. Now, another cool one that I think might be really impactful and a huge quality of life is they did a little tweak so that it's now easier to hit the hot spots on ores without having to crouch and climb all over them. Now, that has been limited to rocks only at the moment, but I think probably for the December update, if this does work out as they think it is, we'll probably have just easier hitting of those sweet spots on ores all the way around, which would be nice. And they've also fixed some sprinkler water being wasted because it's spreading the water into non divisor 15, whatever the fuck that means. But basically, they're making water more efficient for the sprinklers, so it's not as much as wasted. Another interesting one in the other stuff realm is the bandages can now revive down players the same as a syringe can. So that's interesting. They're also working on some painting improvements. So not only have they added a button to reset the preview angle of the camera angle when you're painting, but better than that, they added a button that toggles the preview light on and off so you can see things without a glare. I saw this requested the other week on Twitter, and it's very cool to see the devs, pick that up and go in and fix that because, yeah, that's just an annoying thing if you're trying to do a painting and you can't get rid of that glare. Well, now you soon will be able to. They're also adding a thing on the F8 panel to show server version. They've got some more colors coming to industrial pipes. They've got orange, light blue, purple, and pink for your industrial pipes. There's more work on Tutorial Island, which is that kind of starter island for new players to the game. It's probably not going to impact or be experienced by a lot of you, but for new people coming in the game, there'll soon be a new type of server, which is like the Tutorial Island type, where you log in, you'll spawn on your own island, and then on that island is a couple missions and NPCs, it looks like, to kind of guide you through the ropes of the basics of the game. I'm not sure if that's going to come out for December, but they're working on it a whole lot. So I think if it's ready, I think they're kind of shooting to get it out for the December 7th update. They added the ability to pick up a car lift when not in use. And what else? Updated explosive ammo behavior when damaging construction. And there's a minimum FPS of 20 FPS. I'm not really sure how that's gonna work, but and also the PTZ camera can now it has condition and is now able to be repaired in a repair bench. And then they're doing some more work to align the player client side forward to the server side forward on spawn. So basically, when you wake up and you're looking in a direction, they just need to make sure the client and the server are matched up with that. But that's just a bunch of other stuff being worked on as well. Once again, it is 2 weeks until the update. We do have an extra week this month. So the update is coming out December 7th. And yeah, it's looking like they got a bunch of stuff going on for the Twitch rivals. It looks like we got legacy items coming in. And it looks like there's a whole bunch of quality of life items coming in as well, which will be nice to have. So yeah, Miss D, we got any questions from the audience?
And only a few. Let's start with when is WIP?
WIP is for Rustified servers at the regular scheduled time for each region. So that's 3 p.m. local time for the region. And that means most regions have already wiped. AUSEA wiped 12, 13 hours ago. EU wiped 3 hours and 15 minutes ago. And then the US servers will wipe at 3 p.m. EST, so like an hour and 45 minutes from now. It is only the Thursday weekly wipe servers. That's your mains, smalls, barons, and Zen Labs. And map wipes only because it is mid month.
I do want to say Mikey the Raccoon subscribe with Prime. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Mikey. I appreciate that. And I'll take that opportunity to just remind everybody that we're not developers of the game. We're not on the Face Punch payroll. We are just fans of the game like you who love reporting on development news and running the best servers that we possibly can. And so the only way we can do that is from the support of the community. So, Mikey, thank you for that support. And to everyone else who tunes in and watches, to people who give bits, subscribe on Twitch, and to our wonderful, beautiful, loyal VIP customers, thank you all so much because literally we wouldn't be able to run the servers we do and show up every week like we do reporting on development news without that support. So, much love to you all. And especially on this day of Thanksgiving over here, it does really get me present to just how damn thankful I am for each and every one of you. So thank you and much love.
And also, I forgot to say blah, happy Thanksgiving to everyone who has that today.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true. Happy Thanksgiving.
When will the heavies on small rig gonna be fixed?
I'm not even sure
Yeah,
what's going on with them, to be honest.
maybe they'll
Artemis,
get
Miss
fixed.
D, do you know?
No, nope.
I
I
mean,
haven't played Rust actually recently.
yeah, to be fair, I don't visit small that often, but if you're talking about since the AI changes, I do understand, but I'm not sure there's any plans to fix that if it is that.
Oh, yeah. If it is that, I haven't heard anything specifically around that, nor have I heard anything about scientist AI at Small Rig or anything being worked on. So, unfortunately, man, I don't think that's necessarily in the works at the moment.
Will the hazmat also be a gift?
Not sure at the moment. Right at the moment, it's just a new item on staging that we can spawn in. And generally speaking, a lot of like Twitch drops can show up like that first, but also other DLC items and other items that don't even make it available to players in the game show up that way. At the moment, we haven't heard anything specific from Face Punch. There is a round of Twitch drops scheduled, and it does look like, at the very least, that desk is going to be part of that. But I'm thinking probably the purple hazy is going to be a part of that too, and will be just something to do with the Twitch drops this year.
Mm, do you think they will fix the auto turret so we will have them as before?
That's an interesting one because, yeah, they limited the auto turrets per region. And more so than I care about that limitation is that that broke electricity for certain servers because something about what they did there has more populated, less often wiped servers having electricity broken across the board because one or a couple of these turrets is now bombing out. So I don't think they're going to change the limit on turrets. That's something that server owners can change the variable of themselves. At Rustified, we keep it vanilla default because we are on the official list and we are required to keep a lot of those settings the same. So I don't think they're going to change that per se, but I really do hope they fix whatever is causing them to bug out and that breaks um, the electricity across the board on the server because that's a real problem.
Is there a new sprinkler water? Wait, is the new sprinkler water distribution available to show off? I'm very interested in how it changed.
The sprinkler wasting, let me see on that commit. I don't know if that was merged in yet. And furthermore, I don't think that specific change is something, even if it was merged in, that we'd be able to like show off and really like it would make sense if we just showed you real quick here because it's more around stopping the sprinkler from wasting water when spreading water into certain things. And it's just basically the water is going to be over time more efficient now. The sprinkler, that is going to be more efficient with the water over time. But given that change, I don't think it's something that would even make sense if we were just like looking at at a planter for like a couple minutes. So, but the long and short is the sprinkler should be more efficient now.
When is force wipe?
The next force wipe is 2 weeks from now. Given it is a 5 Thursday month, we do have an extra Thursday. There are 5 Thursdays in November, and the last one being the 30th. So the force wipe is the 7th of December, basically the latest into the month that a first Thursday can be. But it is, yeah, 2 weeks from today, December 7th, is when the force wipe and this update is coming out.
Is there any news from the Nexus system?
We're still seeing like a little bit here and there. We've seen some work on the clan table and stuff like that over the last couple of weeks, but I don't know. It doesn't look like they're rushing to bring that out to market to everybody. Maybe we'll see it next year sometime, but they're like crawling forward on it. It's technically in the game, the launch version of the game. They just don't have anyone using it yet. They're not launching any servers with it yet. So I think it still just needs some more tweaks, and I imagine probably quarter 1 next year we'll start seeing some Nexus servers. But that's just a guess because this has been in process now for well over a year, and it's actually been in game for a good portion of this year, but just not production ready. So your guess is probably as good as mine, but I'm thinking probably quarter 1 next year we'll start seeing some actual things in the game around that Nexus stuff.
What is this I hear about having to sub to get a free Twitch drop, or is that fake?
I don't know if that's fake. I read that online. I read that on Twitter. It was actually from one of the QA guys for Face Punch. So their information does, although it is in a different language, it does tend to be accurate. What was that, Shelby or something is the guy's name? Um, because that guy's on point with tweeting new things, hidden staging and news and everything like that. And very often he has information I don't have. And I'm like, where the fuck you get that information? But it's because he works for Face Punch, right? But that's where I heard it from. It looks like, yeah, it's not necessarily going to be, the drop isn't necessarily going to be dropped just by watch time like we've seen in the past. It might require some other actions. There is Facepunch did this sign up for streamers for a streamer appreciation thing in early December, and I feel like this is going to tie into it. So maybe it's people who have signed up, streamers who have signed up for the streamer appreciation. If they're streaming, then you'll get the drop, or you have to subscribe or something to them to get the drop. I'm frankly not sure, and I haven't heard anything specifically from Facepunch about what is exactly happening. So it's kind of just hearsay at the moment. But it does, and my intuition is telling me there is going to be something a little different about this Twitch drop. And my intuition is immediately pinging after that that a bunch of people are going to bitch and moan about it too. So we got that to look forward to.
I see someone saying that it says that you got to buy 2 Twitch drops.
Okay. And cool. And
To
maybe,
buy 2 Twitch subs. Oh, okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And maybe I just missed where Facepunch is officially announcing this. I don't know. I missed some things. I've been pretty busy with the holidays and stuff. So I might have just missed something on this, but it does look like you're going to have to subscribe or something to 2 people and then you get the drop. Something maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Time will tell. Let's do a recap.
Oh, yeah. They're advertising for it. You sign up. Yeah. Sorry. I missed the official advertisement for it, or I probably didn't read it because I don't read shit. But yeah, it seems like that's the case. And then you'll get the Twitch desk. So that should be it. Anyway, let's do a little
Yeah.
recapity cap here, and then I got to go cook a turkey. So what do we have going on? Well, Steam Awards are doing their nominations, and I do encourage you to go follow the link in chat that I'm going to post again and go there and nominate Rust for the Labor of Love Award. Um, fair enough if you have some other developer that you've been tracking this year that has done a whole lot to develop the game and you think they deserve it more. But honestly, I think Facepunch and Rust deserves this award. This award was basically made for them in my mind. And so they definitely deserve the nomination, and I think they definitely deserve the win. So I encourage you to go and nominate them. Let's make sure they get that this year. Also, some legacy items are coming in. It looks like as potentially next month, as part of the 10-year celebration, we're going to have some legacy versions of items coming in, including the furnace, the bow, the shotgun, and even that little shit shack, which they're calling the shelter. So that's exciting. No visuals on that yet, but it doesn't look like that's going to be a DLC. It looks like that will just be added to the game, according to word on the street, which sometimes is wrong, granted. But we'll hopefully have more information and maybe some visuals for you on that next week. Also, we got Twitch Rivals is happening next month. Mark your calendars, December 11th, 4 days after the update and Forced Wipe. We got the Twitch Rivals event going on. It's the fourth of its kind. It looks like there's going to be some more interesting stuff going on. They've got, based on the commits, they got some stuff with races and various other things and some clan scorekeeping stuff. I'm not sure how much is going to be integrated into this Twitch Rivals event, but it does look like there's some new stuff happening at this Twitch Rivals event, and it should be an awesome time. So definitely mark your calendars and go check it out December 11th. Also, with regards to oil rig radiation, it looks like next month you'll be able to see if the oil rigs, small and large, are irradiated at the moment, given there's a new spinning siren light being added to the bottom of each of those rigs. No visuals on that yet, but it looks like it's just going to be a big spinning siren light. So as you come up to the rig via boat or whatever, you'll be able to tell if you need rad protection. They're doing a ton of fixes too, mostly in the miscellaneous category, but fixing some stuff with sunlight scattering and clouds and airfield black tiles and tugboat low FPS and fix players falling out of hot air balloon, fix trophies to respect streamer mode. I could have sworn they had done that already, but I guess they needed to double do it. Hiding compass when the map is open. And this is a cool one. It's now going to be easier to hit hotspots on ores without having to crouch and climb all over them. That's rocks only at the moment, apparently, and not even sure if that's merged in, but should be very nice quality of life if it is easier to hit those hotspots. And finally, with the miscellaneous fixes, they made it so that sprinklers will be much more efficient and stop wasting water in a lot of situations. They're also working on a bunch of other stuff. Bandages will now revive down players the same as a syringe can, which is an interesting one. They're doing some improvements to painting, basically the canvas. And what that looks like is two buttons have been added to one to reset the camera angle, and then the other one to actually turn the preview light off so that you can see things without a glare if you want to. They're adding the server version to the F8 panel. They've got some more colors coming to industrial pipes: orange, light blue, purple, and pink to be specific. And that should be in for the December 7th update. They got more work on that tutorial island. They're making it so that you can pick up car lifts when not in use. And yeah, a bunch of other kind of things. The PTZ camera has condition and can be repaired in a bench, things like that. So that's what's going on in Rust development this week. Once again, we got 2 weeks until the big update. So ample time for the devs to get some more cool stuff in. But it basically looks like December update is going to be a 10-year Rust celebration update, focus on Twitch rivals, some legacy items coming in, and a bunch of miscellaneous fixes and quality of life. We might even see there was some more work now that I think about it on the metal detector too. So maybe we'll see a metal detector get added into the game. So various things we're keeping an eye on. But that about does it. And I do need to go cook this bird here or get this bird started cooking here pretty shortly. So let's take another question or two if we have it. And then otherwise, we're going to wind down and call it an early stream today.
That was only one. He's asking, is he frying that turkey? Because if you are, there's not a lot of time to cook it. Yeah.
Yeah, I always get torn up with this one. I've done the bird a couple different ways the past couple years. The whole bird is nice if you really love that stuffing inside, and then it cooks in the juices and everything. But then you have the classic problem of the white meat's way overdone and the dark meat's not done yet. And you can kind of counter that if you cook the bird on a preheated, very hot stone in the oven. So there's a lot of radiated heat from the bottom. But even then, it's hard to get the right balance. And especially the bigger the bird, the harder that is. I've got like a 14-pound bird this year. So previously, I have spatchcock it where you take the backbone out and lay it flat. And that's nice. But I went a step further this year and I'm trying a new thing because I love crispy skin and I love the dark meat like falling off the bones, but that white meat needs to be nice and juicy. So I actually butchered the bird 2 days ago. Got the legs and thighs together, the breast cut off together, and the wings cut off, and then I dry brined it all with salt, uncovered in the fridge for 2 days. And then today, what I'm about to go do is I got a big rondeau, and with some avocado oil, I'm gonna skin side down. This is now a cooking stream, by the way. Um, Skin side down, I'm gonna fry the wings and the breast and the thighs in the rondeau, then put it in an oven with a thermometer in the breast,
What?
and then I can take the breast out right when it's done, leave the thighs in there till they're done and falling off the bone. Then I take it all out. Then I take my stock that I used that I made with the carcass of the turkey and all this other stuff, put that in the giblets and all that stuff to make the gravy, finalize the gravy, and then we'll be about ready to serve. Yeah, I geek out on Thanksgiving. So, but that's how I'm doing the bird, and hopefully it's good. I won't have that Norman Rockwell thing, but who cares? It's going to be a good bird. So,
You can save me a wing.
yeah, for sure. Any more questions about Thanksgiving and specifically how I'm cooking it?
Yeah, when's cooking stream?
Yeah, cooking stream. I could really
Yeah,
do that.
you
I cook
could.
my little
You'd
heart
like to
out,
cook.
man. I love cooking. I geek out on cooking. It's one of my passions. And but anyway, that's for another day. And I think we'll leave it at that because I do have to go cook that bird. But much love to you all, especially on this day of Thanksgiving. I do want to just thank you all and express my gratitude once again to you all and to this community as a whole. Like, this is something I personally have been in the space like 10 years now, and it's crazy how it's changed and how we've grown and all this stuff. But underneath it all, it is just so awesome to have this community come together, even though it's toxic a lot of times and all this stuff. We're all here, because of this cool game. And I'm just really thankful for what's been created over the years and for the support that everyone has provided to Rustified. So much love to you all. I hope you all, if you celebrate it or don't, have a very wonderful and happy Thanksgiving. And also, yeah, Misty and Artemis, just thank you guys so much as always for being my co-MCs and being here every week with me.
That's I don't know what I was about to say, but you're welcome.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Thanks for being here too.
Hell yeah. And we'll keep it up. We'll be back same time, same place next week as always, and an article on rustified.com on First Thing Thursday as always. And follow us on X for news throughout the week as always. But in the meantime, have a wonderful and a very happy Thanksgiving if you're celebrating that today. And have a wonderful week and a wonderful wipe. And we'll catch you all next week. This is Bugs signing off.